friends. Wiley is a little bit restless because I took him out of it. He's not with his buddy. There's some separation anxiety there, so we need to work on that. So I was tagged again. Sweet Wiley. I was tagged again by James, I believe his name is. James with his little girl Louise. To do the honest booktuber tag. So I have the questions on my phone. I am currently working on, where are they? I'm currently working on a vlog that is taking a little bit longer than I thought it would. So let's put Wiley down. And this is called the honest booktuber tag. You guys know me. I'm honest, and sometimes that does not, sorry, I had to put them back. This is their cage. I am honest, and sometimes that is troublesome. Sorry about the shadows. But we're going to do this tag. It's Tuesday. I want to do Tag Tuesday. So I'm going to address some stuff in here too that happened. So we'll get to it. So the first prompt, have you ever lied about reading a book? So here's the thing. I don't really think this counts as lying, but I almost never did the reading in high school and college because I thought it was boring. I never said I did. I kind of, I guess, pretended I did by taking quizzes and tests and pretending to discuss it. But no, I haven't really lied about reading a book, but I definitely did not do a lot of assigned reading and tried to hide it, which I guess could be a lie. Have you ever avoided a book because of controversy around the content/author? Yes, I do this a lot. Mostly, J.K. Rowling, I'll still read her stuff, even though she's a total jerk. Orson Scott Card, I'm going to read his stuff, because even though he's a jerk, it's not so much they're publicly just have bad views. There is an author out there who I read his first 2 books, and then he unprovoked kind of attacked me on Twitter for the rating, so I will not read his book. But this is what I was coming to. So I guess let's just go ahead up front before I get into everything that happened. We'll just consider this a public apology to the one and only Ryan Cahill, or Cahill, I think is how he says it. So, Ryan Cahill, there was the stuff going around on Twitter about, self-publishing. We know my views on self-publishing. I don't think it's a good idea. It hurts more people than it helps, and I have numbers to back that up. And so, Cahill kind of engaged with me and claimed that what I was saying was incorrect. But it wasn't. And I can see kind of why he reacted the way he did. It sort of culminated in him rage quitting after swearing at me, which, first of all, there's really no reason to swear at somebody, no matter what they say. Take the high road there, and if they're not cussing at you or attacking you, there's no reason to stoop to that level. So he just basically, he just swore at me. And what we were arguing about was whether or not he is in the 1% of sales. And I told him he was. He claimed he was not. I gave him numbers to back it up. He said, I claimed, the average self-pub author sells 250 copies. He says, where are those numbers coming from? I give him 5 links. He says, 5 websites? That doesn't count. And that's where I started finding it a little bit ridiculous, because we look at raw numbers, and a lot of people say this. They're like, oh, well, okay, 250, but that's skewed by people who don't know what they're doing. But that's what everybody does when they don't like data. They'll just say, I'm American. We say, it's known that firearms are the leading cause of death for children. People are like, well, teen suicide skews that. That doesn't change the fact that they died by firearm. Or we look at pit bull ownership. I don't recommend the ownership of pit bulls. People will be like, oh, it's the people that make them that way. They're bred for fighting. You can train your dog. Well, the numbers say pit bulls cause more bites and deaths than all other dogs combined. I'm not, I kind of want to link this source. I kind of don't. I kind of want to let you go out and try to find it for yourself. So I'm not going to link sources. But I read The Fall and of Blood and Fire and was not impressed. But, like, at all. They were not good. But I heard that Cahill got an editor, and I read the sample of Darkness and Light on Kindle, and I could tell already that it was much better. But after he swore at me, like, I didn't really want to read it, but I can see his reaction was in a way provoked by my kicking the hornet's nest. But then again, I didn't really say anything that was incorrect. I didn't attack people. I just said, you know, they're like, it's a generality. Well, I'm just repeating what the numbers say. So why do you have a problem with me? You should have a problem with the numbers. So there was some intellectual inconsistency going on. And then there are certain other authors I won't read because I've seen them talk about me behind my back. Andrew Meredith is one. Because I guess some people think that I don't have friends that will tell me when people are talking about me behind my back. I do. They share some stuff with me. So yeah, there are some, it's mostly a personal thing. I will never read Andrew D. Meredith's work because he said that I am a hater and what I do best is hate. I will never read another author's work because he tried to gaslight me and insulted me. But I probably will try to read Cahill's other work, and I apologize for kicking the hornet's nest with him. I apologize that I upset him, and his reaction to it I think was very, very reasonable and noble. Did he have to swear at me? No. Did he have to deny the numbers? No. But I see why he did. It was provoked. It ended the way it did, and to apologize, I'm apologizing here, and I will also read his book. So, have you ever been sent a book for free and not disclosed it? I think this has a more sinister meaning than what I'm taking from it. I was recently sent a book that I haven't shown on my channel yet because I told the author, you know, my reviews are not for the faint of heart. If you still may want me to read it, I'm not sure if I will. I think it's called The Heretic. It's in my other room. But no, I've been sent books for my classroom by several people on YouTube. I made 2 videos about it, and I'll link them. And I thanked them, and I couldn't be more grateful to people who send me books. Okay, have you ever bought a book with no intention of reading it? Yes. So this one right here. It's pretty. I don't really intend to read through an entire treasury of Irish literature. So that's the first one that comes to mind. I've bought books that, like, I've already read. So The Pull of the Stars, which is right here. I read this on Kindle, so I bought a hardback. I probably will reread it because I love it so much. Yeah, you can see my messed up room back there. But, yeah, sometimes I buy books just because they're pretty, and I do intend to read them. Like, here's another one, special edition of Bookshops and Bone Dust, which I'll read eventually, but I don't have plans to, like, read it anytime soon. Deal with that later. Okay, so let's open it back up. Have you ever got caught up in BookTube drama? Yes, I have, obviously. And a lot of people would probably argue that I cause drama. But one thing I've noticed is that this tribalism really only exists in the fantasy community. You know, the nonfiction community, especially the history community, the romance community, the literary community is just not like that. But yes, I have called out several booktubers who have since blocked me, and again, like to talk about me behind my back, for being dishonest, especially in regards to self-pub. And so it was kind of satisfying when the indie reader tag came through and a bunch of them just straight up admitted that they do not treat self-published books equally to traditionally published books, and that came out like a year and a half after I had caused problems calling them out for it. And the reason I did that was because, again, I just made a very general statement that, you know, I think traditionally published authors deserve like more recognition than they get, because it's so much more difficult than self-publishing. And that's when people came out of the woodworks and were like getting on to me. And then I just pointed out, like, hey, this person said this. What he said was, this book is more, or this book is better than any self-published book has the right to be. That person claimed they didn't remember that saying that. I went and found the video where they said that, and that was that. So that person also did admit during the tag that yes, he does not judge them the same. Have you ever had a hate comment and did you respond? Comments, not so much. Dominish sent me a pretty bad hate message in response to a comment I left on his channel. It was about his anthology, which looked so cool, and I really kind of wanted it, but because of who was in it, I wasn't going to buy it. And so I left a comment like, oh, this is so cool, you're putting together an anthology. My favorite project in college was for my study of the short story class, when we had to put an anthology together, which I made a 99 on, by the way. And then I was like, but this particular author was so mean to me, I just really can't buy it. But I did tell him that I wanted it. So eventually I'll buy it secondhand because I want it. But yeah, so he sent me a hate message saying that I needed to grow the hell up, and that after this conversation he was just going to continue on ignoring me because he's capable of that. And then another person two people during live streams. Yeah, I'm debating whether I should call them out or not, or whether I should say their names. But yeah, they were pretty rude based, again, off what I was saying about self-publishing. The first one was. The second one was, I was asked, was on Epic Tales, so you can go watch it yourself. I was asked, which booktubers do you think dislike you the most? And I started saying it, and then that person came in and was like, I don't know if you should wear this as a badge of honor, which I honestly think so little of those booktubers, because they are dishonest, that I do wear it as a badge of honor, especially after they admitted what I claimed they had already done. And it sort of devolved into, oh, it's horrendous that you're fighting back, which Epic was like, I said, these people have attacked me. And then Epic was like, so you're just fighting back? And I said, yes. And that person then said, that's horrendous. Well, first off, the expectation that I should just take the insults, let them roll off my back, and not stand up for myself, which is what I'm doing. I'm not, quote, fighting back. But if you want to attack my character, either to my face, behind my back, I'm not going to let that occur, like, without saying my piece or proving you wrong. This sounds a little bit weird, but I have friends out there who have my back and will tell me when people start, like, bad-mouthing me publicly. So that was one thing that happened. So yeah, I guess someone just coming at me in a live stream expecting me to take the moral high ground when people attack my character is just a double standard. It's not. I will kick hornet's nests, usually accidentally, like what happened with Cahill on Twitter, but I never go out of my way to insult people's character at all. Ever made a video just because you knew it would get views? Yes, I have. I mean, I make my April Fool's video, I knew was going to get views, but I would say yes and sort of no, because yes, there are videos I know that are going to get more views than others, but they're also not my favorite videos to make. My favorite videos to make are vlogs, and almost no one watches those. And it's kind of funny to me too that all people accuse me of being, like, this happened on the live stream too. That same person was like, oh, it would be so great to hear you make a video about all the wonderful things on BookTube. And I have, like, I many times I will put them on here. But yeah, so those videos don't get a lot of views either. So sometimes I know certain videos are going to make more views than others, and depending on my watch hours, I will release them at different times. All right. if you could go back to the beginning of your channel, would you do anything differently? The only thing I would do differently is probably play to the algorithm more, review some more popular books, put out videos more consistently, although I didn't really have time to do that back then. Now I have more time, but that's really the only thing I would do differently. Would post more often and talk about more common books. Are there any channels you wish you could be more like? No, I am jealous of beloved booktubers who get free stuff and nice comments all the time. But also, I like the way I make my videos. I like being myself on camera. But one thing I do wish, I like Johan from Library of a Viking. I like his B-roll and his editing. And then we get John from Talking Story, who has a really, really cool studio. So I wish I had those things. I wish I was better at editing, and I wish I liked it more so that it could just be higher and better quality videos. All right, what's something you love about your channel? The people I've met, just talking about books, and sharing my animals. You saw Wiley earlier. I love animals. I love sharing my animals on this video. I love collaborating. And yeah, I love the books I read. So tag somebody. So I'm going to tag booktubers that I know are honest. So I'm going to tag Britton from Some Okie Dude. I am going to tag Matt from Matt's Fantasy Book Reviews, even though he does not do tags. I don't think he's ever done one. I'm going to tag him anyway. I'm going to tag Drew. I'm going to tag Epic Tales. And I'll go ahead and tag one more, Liam. I always tag Liam. Liam's a great guy. So that is it for this tag. It went on a little bit long, so apologies. You can accept or not accept. I don't believe in... Sorry, I'm checking my phone. I don't believe in accepting apologies just because someone says they're sorry. In this case, I truly am sorry about what happened between me and Ryan Cahill, and if this apology is not enough, I will go ahead and read Of Darkness and Light and post an honest review on it. Thank you, guys.